This is high school football. Hello everyone and welcome. And Suncom Media brings you the high school game of the week. It's the debut of Westside coach Tyler Garr as they travel to Hoxie to face a team looking to better last year's record that included a trip to the playoffs. Coach Tom Sears and his team look to rebound in the home opener after a tough loss last week at Melbourne. It's the Warriors of Westside High School. It's the Mustangs of Hoxie High. It's the Suncom Media High School Football Game of the Week.
Well, the Suncom Media Game of the Week brings us to Hoxie High School, where the Mustangs have their home opener tonight against the season opener for the Westside Warriors. Hello again, everybody. Marcus Carlton, Ethan Murphy, and Steve Clayton here with you for the Suncom Media Game of the Week. Steve, 3A versus 4A matchup tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, there's really not a big difference as far as roster size. Both these schools are very comparable. They're going to play smash mouth football now. By design, alignment, they're going to spread out. Westside, as you know, runs a spread offense, but they're going to run the football. Hoxie has gone back to a flex bone. We're going to see a lot of triple option. I'm very excited about that. That's Steve Clayton Football 101.
Smash mouth and just line up, and here it is. Stop it if you can.
Exactly, and Hoxie's going to pull a lot of linemen. Exciting offense. I'm excited to watch Aiden Turner, the quarterback, sophomore for Westside, but he is a predominant ball carrier from what I understand.
Yeah, he and Pickering both had several carries the other night in the benefit game against Piggott, but Turner, I thought for a sophomore, made really good decisions.
Oh, great.
You know, he wasn't panicky at all, it seemed like, in the pocket. If it wasn't there, he went through his reads, and if it wasn't there, he took off on the run and was able to gain a lot of yardage that way. He even had like a 65-yard touchdown against Piggott. I'm interested to see what happens. Sophomore quarterback, first official start on the road at a very tough place to play, and then on top of that, you've got the opposite ends of the spectrum on coaching. You've got Tom Sears, who's been here at Hoxie for over 20 yeyears. Tyler Garr making his official head coaching debut tonight for the Westside Warriors after coming over from Jonesboro, where he was an offensive line coach.
Well, it is good stuff. One thing I am worried about Turner in the scrimmage is, you know, he played linebacker.
Right.
Linebacker against corning's going to be a lot different than Hoxie. Like I said, they pull their guards. He'll get veer blocked a lot by a tackle. So it'll be interesting how he works out of his linebacker position.
Just a few minutes away from kickoff here, Ethan. I think we're in for another good matchup. This has been a good series over the years.
Over the offseason, we've seen both of these teams reshaping their programs. The Mustangs, they've lost a lot of senior starters from last year, but Westside, with a lot of new players coming up from junior high, they've got a new head coach, Coach Garr, and I'm excited to see what both of these teams can bring to tonight's game.
Just a few minutes away from football, we're going to step aside and take you over to the pregame show with Tom Sears right after this.
At Glensane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people in all our locations, this is home. Apply online today. It's easy. From our family to yours. Welcome home. First National Bank.
There's only one name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, start your day off right with the best breakfast, from skillets to omelets, pancakes, and more.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Southern Home Health Care is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
One name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, you'll always enjoy the best burgers and other favorites, including our delicious steaks, all hand-cut and perfectly grilled.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Hello, everyone, and once again, I'm Steve Clayton, and welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm joined today by one of the best around, Coach Tom Sears, here at Hoxie. Coach, I know you spent a lot of time in the offseason. You were successful last year. You made it to the playoffs, but you want to look on improving on that record. Took a kind of a blow last week against a very good team from Melbourne.
Yeah, and you hit it right from the get. That was our main thing coming into offseason. We wanted to change, get back to playing our style of football. And I felt like we just got away from that last year. We were in every game, and we just did not finish and compete in games like we are expected around here. And that's just the truth of the matter. So we had to sit down as a coaching staff and myself and get the kids understanding the difference in how we played and the way we want to play. And you know, went into a tough road game with Melbourne, and I could not be more proud of the kids. They battled their tails off. And bottom line is Melbourne made a couple more plays than us and pulled out a win up there. But I told our guys, you did exactly what I wanted you to do, changing the way we played, and that's what we did Friday night.
Well, coming off last year, the bad news is you had some injuries. They kind of put you back a little bit. But the good news as far as injuries, it thrust Dylan Barnhill, and he got some reps at quarterback last year, and he'll be your man this year. Start with Barnhill and walk us through the Hoxie offense.
Dylan's a very sharp young man. He's I think he's number one in his class. So right from the get-go, he's able to do a lot of stuff for us in our offense, making checks at the line of scrimmage, controlling the game, being a heady player. And that's where it all starts with us, and it always has. Is we run a lot of stuff through our quarterback and put a lot on their shoulders, and him playing in some JV games, and then thank goodness we played those games, because then he rolled right into having to play, and we didn't expect him to have to play, but he did, and he did a fantastic job, and rolled all that through the offseason and right into week one, and he had a great game, rushed for right at 90 yards and threw for 60. So,
you got a pretty good running back behind him. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, we got a couple guys there. You know, Robert Martinez comes back as one of our slots, and then
leading rusher from last year, I believe.
Yes. Robert is college prospect, small college prospect, and stepped right in and played really well Friday night. Aiden Rodney's another one of our running backs, and then Max Slaughter. You know, we've went to a flex bone look. Really excited about that. Kids are excited about it, and those guys fit the mold of what you need for that.
Now, your flex bone, like you said, but when you fling it, you got some pretty good receivers out wide.
Yeah, we do. We got Dylan's brother, Dalen, is a holdover from last year. Good leadership role out there, receiver. And then Tristan Faust has stepped in, not only as a receiver on the offensive side of the ball, but also our starting safety. And couldn't be more pleased to have both those guys play.
Coach, I'm old school. It all starts up front, though. Talk to us about your small but a very effective offensive line.
Yeah, and you know, and that we try to lean on those guys through the years. You know, we've been blessed here with some really, really big kids, and these guys are a little bit different body built, and you know, they're more athletic, honestly, a little quicker, and the flex bone's been a great fit for them. We returned two guys. William Wilson is basically a 3-year starter. He's plugged in when guys have gotten hurt the last 2 years, but started half the year last year. And then Jackson Stowers was kind of like a Dylan Barnhill. He played in JV games, and our center broke his leg, and he had to come in and play. And he's also got a chance to be a dandy down as he finishes out his career here next year. But the rest of them are juniors, and you never know how those guys are going to play on their first Friday night, and they stepped in there and communicated and played and came off the football exactly the way you hoped they would. And we feel like each week we're going to continue to progress and get better and better under this offense on what the guys are doing once they continue to get comfortable with it.
Coach, you mentioned a little bit of a two-way player, and I'm sure you have more. Stay right there, and you stay right there. We'll be right back to talk about the Mustangs defensively right after this break.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. The Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all. Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Jonesboro Auto Auction, Arkansas's largest public auction serving the Mid-South for over 40 years. Our dealer auction is every Tuesday at 1, and our public auction is every Friday night at 6:30. Shop where we love to sell cars, Jonesboro Auto Auction.
Klein Environmental is a product of Westside and a proud supporter of the Warriors. We are a family-focused company supporting industry and development projects across the Mid-South and Midwest. Our organization includes engineering teams, environmental compliance specialists, directional boring and utility services, and a special project teams ready to solve complex problems with simple solutions with an outstanding safety record and proven performance. Think Klein, engineers, constructors, problem solvers. Klein Environmental.
Since 1970, Tate General Contractors has been a leader in Arkansas construction. They specialize in general contracting and construction management, delivering top quality projects for public and private sectors. From site work to steel erection, they have the expertise to handle projects of any scope. With methods like guarantee maximum price, design plus build, and cost plus fee, they ensure efficient delivery with honesty and open communication.
Tate General Contractors, building excellence since 1970.
Hey, welcome back to the Coach Show. Once again, joined by Tom Sears, the head Mustang coach. Before the break, we broke down the Mustangs offensively. You talked about some two-way players. How many two-way players do you have?
We got about 4 or 5 guys.
Typical 3A football.
Typical 3A football. And we try to be very smart with those guys. A lot of them obviously are key roles, or they wouldn't be going both ways. But we've got some nice depth behind them, those guys that can come in and spell them. So it worked out well Friday night. It was a decent temperature. This Friday is going to be pretty warm.
Right.
So we'll have to make sure we do a good job of rotating some guys in and give them some breaks.
Talk to us defensively, schematically. Start up front with the defensive line.
Yeah, we went to 3-3 this year.
Personnel
all goes back to personnel, and then our defensive line we feel like all are pretty solid across the board. We got Danny Bullock as our nose, and then returning starter Braden Forehand's one of the defensive tackles, and then Maddox Rose was the other starting tackle. And all those guys are very quick and explosive off the football, like you need to have a slanting, shifting defense.
Second level linebackers. Talk to us about the Mustang linebackers.
Return Max Slaughter, which was an all-conference player last year. It all starts with him there. He's your prototype middle linebacker.
He'll play a little offense as well.
He does. He'll be our starting fullback on offense. And then Christian Nichols is one of the linebackers, along with Dylan Barnhill.
Now the back end, 3 deep, I'm assuming, but what will the personnel be?
Yeah, Dylan actually is one of the outside linebackers. Hunter Whitmire is our other inside linebacker, and then brother Dalen is the other outside linebacker. So
Dalen and Dylan,
inside outside, yeah. So then we got the corners is Robert Martinez and Aiden Rodney, and safeties Tristan Faust.
We talked a little bit about Westside off air. You're expecting they're pretty good at quarterback, young but effective at quarterback.
Yeah, Westside, it's always a tough game. We've played Westside for a long time through the years, and you can kind of throw out the records and all that. It's just a good football game every Friday night when we play these guys. So was impressed in their scrimmage. Saw a lot of good skill guys with some speed moving around and some good size on the lines. So typical Westside guys. They play hard, and Coach Gar seems like he's doing a really good job with them.
To your point, I did not realize until I heard on the radio on the way over here school districts back up to each other, so it's a pretty good rivalry. These kids know each other. Now, as far as the game plan, how do you attack the Westside Warriors when you're on offense?
Just kind of what we're going to do, just give and take, see what they're going to give us and try to attack, obviously with the run game, with the flex bone, we're going to attack, but we also, Dylan throws the ball really well. So, if they're going to put everybody in the box, then we feel very comfortable about throwing the ball. And that's kind of how it's going to be all year. Establish a run, work to play action, and we also have our gun package and that where we can get in the shotgun if need be and throw it around too. But we want to control the ball and keep teams' defenses on the field there and make it tough on them.
Now, when Westside has the ball, they're in the spread look, but will you put 8 in the box because they're going to run the ball primarily?
Yeah, we're going to try to keep them off balance, try to move guys around, give them different looks. Like you said, a young quarterback is very athletic. Try to make it tough on him. This is his first start, so hopefully we've got a game under our belts, and they do not. So that, to me, that's an advantage. They'll have to deal with some of the first game stuff that you always deal with, and hopefully our guys are settled in now and can take advantage of some of those situations.
Coach, I always enjoy visiting with you. Like I said, he's one of the best around. Playoff runs go way back. Hopes to get back in the playoffs. You stay right there. We'll be right back with a little more pregame and then the first half kickoff.
Attention members and guests. Taste the flavor of Mexico at Casamaya Mexican Restaurant in Jonesboro. At Casamaya, all recipes are prepared fresh daily. Tacos, burritos, nachos, sizzling fajitas, salads, and more with unlimited chips and salsa. Dine in or use our convenient drive-through window. Olé! So don't wait till mañana to try Casamaya Mexican Restaurant on Caraway Road in Jonesboro. Taste the flavor of Mexico today at Casamaya.
At Betts Chiropractic, we offer comprehensive chiropractic care for a variety of conditions. There's no need to suffer with back pain, migraines, or headaches, neck pain, sciatica, or nagging injuries. We help improve your whole quality of life with a weight loss program to help you regain vigor and exceed your goals. Why not call for an appointment? New patients receive a complimentary consultation, so don't hesitate.
At Glen Sane, we've spent over 70 years.
Breeze we had down there in the pregame on the field, keeping the mosquitoes off of us a little bit. I'm ready for some football. We had captains go out earlier for the coin toss. Both teams are on the sidelines. Let's get it going. I'm ready to go.
I am as well, as we mentioned on the field. Reshaping of both programs over the offseason. Both of them going to be coming into the season ready to play, ready to prove themselves across the state in football.
Well, in this series over the years, it's kind of went back and forth, and I feel like Westside's coming into this game tonight with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder with some of the recent games in this. Tell us about the series history.
Last year, during 2024, it was only a 1-point loss from Westside against Hoxie, and then the year before that, they lost again 6-42. In the 2022 season, they actually managed to take that one by 7. In 2021, that matchup got canceled, and in 2020, they lost 29-54. So we've seen some competitiveness between these two teams with an overall record of 4-8 since they've met, with only 22 miles separating these programs. They are both coming to win here tonight.
Case and Carter has the ball lined up for Westside. They'll be kicking off. Hoxie will receive. And now we're just waiting on the officials to tell us it's time for foot to meet ball. Appreciate everyone tuning in and joining in with us here tonight. Carter lines it up, and the kick is off, and we are underway from Hoxie High School. Kick's fielded at about the 20. I see a flag on the field already. It's going to be taken down at about the 36-yard line. We got to see what this flag is. It was thrown almost immediately after the kickoff. So we'll wait for the white hat to see what we get. Don't want to speculate, but it was thrown. They saw something right away because it was thrown very quickly. So looks like early indications are going to be that it might be against Westside. A little discussion there. So I think I think Hoxie's going to start with even better field position due to the penalty.
Not a way you want to start out if you're Westside.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Not the ideal start for Westside, but question will be now, can they just have the memory of a goldfish and put that penalty behind them and not let it snowball into more issues on this opening drive?
Especially with the offense that Hoxie has. Robert Martinez, a returning starter, had 4 touchdowns last season, and Mac Slaughter. Both of these guys going to be heavy on the offensive side for Hoxie. And Westside cannot let them get the edge because if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, and this power formation that Coach Sears likes to run at Hoxie, I mean, it's basically one of those deals. Like I told Steve, it's a lineup. Here's what we're going to do. Stop us if you can. All right, so let's see what we're going to do here. I believe, well, we've got both teams going back. I think they're going to make them re-kick it. So instead of taking the yardage, Hoxie opts to make Westside re-kick, and we'll do it again. I guess that'd be the football version of a mulligan. We'll just do it over here 5 seconds into the game.
Maybe with this, Hoxie thinks they can get a little bit further down the field.
Maybe so, yeah. Had a good return. Guy got all the way up to, I didn't see who the ball carrier was. That was my mistake, but he got all the way up to about the 35, 36-yard line. So, I mean, that's pretty good field position to start with unless they think they could possibly get to midfield or get into Westside territory. So Carter's got it lined up again. And there's another kick. This one is going to be fielded by, I believe that's Grambling for Hoxie. Picks up a good block. And then he's taken down by, looks like Jackson Wilson. Took him down at about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's where Hoxie will start this first offensive drive.
A nice jump from Wilson. You saw Hoxie about to get a lot of yardage, but he swooped in, able to keep them from getting more yards.
Yeah, he got away from the man who was assigned to him rather quickly and was able to cut that off. The returner picked up a great block on his first guy over here on the sideline, cut it back towards the middle. So now we'll see this Hoxie offense for the first time. Dylan Barnhill under center. It's a man in motion. Give's going to be up the middle. He's going to get a couple, and I think this is what you're going to see. I think you're going to see long, extended, methodical drives, 2, 3, 4 yards at a time.
Clearly their play style works. Tom Spears, a former quarterback for ASU, and you can see it on both end zones. You know,
Absolutely.
You can see the amount of years that they've made the playoffs. This is clearly a well-coached team, and we're going to see that.
Impact players for Hoxie, Robert Martinez. Here's a give up the middle. He's going to get a few more yards. Little extracurricular activity there. Martinez, Slaughter, and Barnhill. That's your backfield, and that's also your impact players for Hoxie. Martinez is he's the junior running back who had a great year last year. A lot of yardage, a lot of touchdowns. Slaughter is a two-way player. He is. You'll have to watch him. He's a linebacker as well as a fullback in this power offense. 3rd and 3. Martinez comes in motion. He's going to get the give. Goes up the middle, and I believe he's going to have the first down. Going to get right about 10 yards on that carry. He went from the 35 to the 45. So Hoxie picks up the first down. And they'll move the chains and keep the clock rolling here. 10:33 remaining in this opening quarter.
Good read that time from Martinez. Not going to take
the
long route, just going to try to get through the middle and came out better because of it.
North and south. That's the name of the game. You want to run north and south. Now Barnhill checking with the sideline quickly. Not sure. You never know if that's an audible or if that's mind games. There's another give. Not much there this time. The Westside defense was able to stop him basically before he could get started, and now you're looking at 2nd and 9.5 probably.
The Mustangs wanted to see if they can repeat that same success. Westside answering right back on the defensive
Absolutely.
side.
I mean, if you have success with it, it's the old adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You run it till they stop it. 2nd and 8. They gave him 2 yards on that. So 2nd and 8 now for Hoxie. Barnhill up under center again. Here comes Martinez around the edge. He's going to get to the corner. He's got blockers. He's going to pick up another first down and then some all the way down into Westside territory, down to about the 38-yard line. Another big run for Martinez here early.
Martinez able to find his way through the defense and find those openings.
See it on the replay here. He comes around the edge, picks up some great blocking by his teammates, spins around, works his way all the way down inside the 35-yard line down to the 34.
You mentioned that spin move, his footwork so far, not only the reads, but the ability to match that with his physicality.
Yeah, you can see now why this guy had such a great year last year. Barnhill up under center. Got a man in motion. He's going to put the ball in the air, looking deep over the middle, and overthrows Martinez down the middle of the field. Not bad coverage by Westside. They had 2 defenders in the vicinity. The pass just went a little long from Barnhill. It put just a little too much air under it.
Which that's probably a more favorable play for the Mustangs. They had a Westside blocker way out. Could have been an interception if he'd just thrown a little bit shorter.
Yep. It was, in that first pass, you've got a guy making his first home start at quarterback. First pass, there's going to be a little extra juice on it, a little extra adrenaline. So now this will be 2nd and 10 from the 34. Martinez in motion. Here's a give to, I believe that is that the other Barnhill? Aiden Rodney, I'm sorry. Aiden Rodney. So now he didn't get much there. 3rd and long here. Big opportunity for Westside defense to get off the field here.
Sometimes you think you found a good route, and then 3 Westside attackers come to you.
Westside got off their blocks really well that play right there. Let's see what they can do with 3rd and long. It'd be a huge, huge momentum swing for Westside to get off the field here. Barnhill back to pass, looking long. He's got a man wide open, busted coverage. Touchdown, Hoxie. Tristan Faust with a 35-yard touchdown pass.
Barnhill almost threw it prematurely, but waited a second, recognized this is how far I've got to go, and he got there.
Let's see what Steve Clayton has to say down on the sideline. He's our man on the sideline tonight. Steve, tell us a little bit about what you saw there with that play. Was that busted coverage by Westside?
Oh, no doubt about the busted coverage.
All right, we're having a little bit of technical issues there with Steve, but looked to me like busted coverage. Now Hoxie's going to line up for the extra point. I believe that's Max Slaughter, the man who wears many hats. He's going to line up for the extra point attempt.
This isn't what you want to see if you're Westside. On the first drive in the game, the Mustangs immediately already with 6 points on the board.
7-0 Hoxie scores on their opening drive. We'll be back right after this.
Trying to do things the right way with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
7-0 here. Hoxie strikes first on their opening drive of the game. We'll see how Westside responds. If you're a Westside Warrior, you want to see a long drive here that ends in points to counter the punch that was first thrown by Hoxie.
Which in that benefit game against Piggott, you saw Aiden Turner and Ashton Pickery Pickering, you want to see both of those guys back on the field with the same viciousness that you saw in that benefit game.
Absolutely, and you have to look at the fact also, Turner's a sophomore, first senior high level start, comes on the road at Hoxie. Tough place to play, great program. Slaughter has it lined up. Whistle blows and foot meets ball. Little squib kick. Going to be fielded at about the 23-yard line. It's a good return all the way up to the 45. That's going to be Jackson Wilson with the return. That's how you flip the momentum if you're Westside. You get a good return. You're starting almost at midfield on this drive. Now let's see what the offense can do.
With Hoxie already having scored, I think that was the best possible outcome for the Warriors. They're just trying to get their first opening drive all the way to the end zone.
Absolutely. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 45-yard line. Turner going to start in the shotgun. Trips out to the right. And he looks like he may put it in the air early. Decides to pull it down and run. He's going to pick up 5, 6, 7, almost 8 yards on the opening play. Great opening play for Westside. Come back. I like the decision by Turner. He looks. There was nobody open. Decides to tuck it and run. He picks up 8 yards.
Also looks like he's going to throw it, faking out some of the blockers, making sure that it messes up their coverage at least a little bit and able to gain some yardage off of it.
Yeah, and if they looked at the footage from the Piggott game, they're going to respect both the run and the pass from Aiden Turner. There you see our impact players for Westside. The man we're talking about, Aiden Turner, the man in the backfield with him, Ashton Pickering, and up front, Kai Cameron on the offensive line. Here's Turner again around the edge. He's going to be just short of the first down marker. Going to bring up probably 3rd and about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Yeah, 3rd and 2 now.
Turner, a player with a lot of energy that we saw in that benefit game, but he's not only trying to get points for Westside, he's trying to prove why he needs to be a mainstay on the varsity starting lineup.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of sophomore quarterbacks starting in the 3-4A conference. So I think we may see our first carry for Ashton Pickering here on this 3rd and short. Hoxie's going to stack the line. They're expecting the run. Get a version of the tush push, and it's going to be well beyond the first down marker. So that's a first down for Westside, and they're putting together a good little drive here.
We're going to see if they can answer the Mustangs touchdown early, and if they can come back and make sure that they're not letting the Mustangs get too far ahead too quickly.
Yeah, that's a big conversion right there for Westside to keep this drive going. Fast-moving first quarter when you got two teams that like to run the ball. We're under 7 minutes already. Hoxie leading 7-0. Pickering in the gun. Or Pickering in motion, rather. Here's a little screen pass over to Pickering, and let's see. Are they going to roll? They're rolling that a fumble. My goodness. Well, that's not what you want if you are a Westside Warrior. Had the little screen pass out to the flat here. We'll see it on the replay. Ethan, I don't think that he ever really secured the ball. I think he was trying to look and find his blockers before he had secured the ball, and it results in a turnover.
It's not what you want to see if you're Westside. They had a lot of momentum.
Now the White Hat has overturned it. The referees all came together, and they've overturned it, called it an incomplete pass rather than a fumble. So I guess they're saying he never really had full control of it. That's a huge break for Westside.
That's a favorable call.
Yeah, that's a huge momentum saver because Westside had built some momentum on this opening drive, and then you don't want the first time you put the ball in the air for it to be resulting in a turnover.
Which even then, physically, Westside still has the opening drive to their name, but mentally that could have offset them a little bit.
Absolutely. Turner in the shotgun looking to put the ball in the air. Now he's going to tuck it and run. A lot of green around him. Doesn't make the edge. He's going to go for a loss, actually, on that run. Going to lose maybe 2 yards. Now you're 3rd and long.
It looked like once he started running, he kind of second-guessed himself a little bit. The route that he was trying to run, maybe that he should have thrown it.
He come around that left end and saw nothing but a sea of green, and not the kind you want to see. You know, normally when you say the running back sees a sea of green, it's open field. It was not the case. It was a lot of Mustang defenders waiting to take him down right there.
Which something we saw in that benefit game was his route running ability, his agility. If he can continue that here, he can prove himself for the Warriors, but he's really got to bring the energy because the Mustangs are fighting back just as hard.
Turner on the carry again, gets back to the original line of scrimmage and slips, so now it's going to be about 4th and 10 for the Warriors. Going to put it at the 44. It's still 4th and 11 here, so and you see the special teams unit coming on for Westside here. 4th and 11 this early on, where you're at on the field. No choice here but to punt the ball back and rely on your defense to see if they have recovered from the busted coverages early on. If you're the defense, though, you got to put that behind you. You can't let that factor into your playmaking on this next drive.
This still isn't what you're wanting from Westside. You saw the momentum building up, everybody trying to get that first drive into the end zone.
High snap controlled by Pickering, and he gets a good kickoff, and it's going to roll all the way down to the 15-yard line and be downed by Trey Williams there. And so Hoxie will start at their own 14-yard line. Go down to Steve now. Steve, tell us what you saw there on the opening drive for Hoxie.
Well, Ethan nailed it on the head. It was blown coverage on the touchdown pass, but Barnes still had to execute. He threw a perfect bullet, long touchdown pass. But Ethan, you said it, momentum right now all on the side of Hoxie.
Appreciate that sideline report from Steve Clayton. He's our football guru. He's going to keep us up to date all night. Here's another give up the middle for Hoxie. Max Slaughter gets his first carry of the night. Probably see a heavy dose of he and Martinez both tonight in that power set. Slaughter picked up 1 yard on the carry there. About to move inside of 4 minutes on this very fast-moving first quarter.
Hoxie trying to mimic their first drive, get another touchdown, get an early lead so that they can sit a little bit more comfortably on the sideline at halftime.
Well, and you see, again, they're going back to the run to set up the pass. It was successful for them on that first drive. Here comes Martinez around the end again. He's up, got the first down, and then some, all the way up to the 35-yard line. And Martinez off to a very hot start for the Mustangs.
Martinez, a player that very clearly trusts his defense to give him routes to clear out the path for him.
See it there on the replay. I mean, he's carrying a guy with him the last 3 or 4 yards there, just adding to it. Keep those legs churning. I mean, it's about as fundamentally sound as you can get. 1st and 10 now for Hoxie. Barnhill up under center. There's the give straight up the middle to Slaughter. Slaughter's going to get all the way up. He's going to be close to a first down himself there. Up to the 45. I think they're going to mark him just short.
As anticipated.
Oh, they did give a first down.
As anticipated, Slaughter and Martinez running the offense for Hoxie so far.
That dynamic duo out of the backfield. I mean, you know, when you're having the success that they have and your offensive line gets that kind of push, why would you go away from it? So, and now the hard count gets Westside to jump just a little bit too antsy. It's going to be offsides. That's a free 5 yards. So instead of 1st and 10, now Hoxie will have 1st and 5.
Since that fumble call that got overturned, Westside has just been all out of sorts. Their mindset doesn't seem as clear as it once was early in this game, but we'll see if they can recuperate.
Yeah, it's still early, a lot of football to play. They need a big play. They need to throw Martinez or Slaughter for a loss to kind of get some of that momentum back. You watch the offensive line here for Hoxie. They're getting great push up front. There's another run around the end. That's Martinez again. He's going to pick up a few yards. Ethan, we're seeing a little bit of extracurricular stuff after the plays. You know, it's guys that are definitely taking the term of playing through the whistle. They are taking that literally. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, because eventually I think that will result in somebody picking up a penalty. Second down now, and about 4 yards for Hoxie. So we approach 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
That was a great defensive stop for Westside. They just need to keep at it.
Yeah, that was a good one there. They got him down before he could really get moving and get those legs churning, because once he gets those legs churning, it's hard to get him stopped. Barnhill back up under center again. Slaughter and Martinez in the backfield behind him. Martinez in motion. Looks like might have been a quarterback keeper. Didn't go much. Didn't get much at all. No gain. 3rd down and 3. Big opportunity here for the Westside defense to see if they can get a stop. Now, if you're Hoxie, you had a little success earlier on that first drive passing. Do you put the ball in the air here on 3rd down? That's a tough call, because you're having success running the ball. You also had success on that first drive putting the ball in the air.
I think with them having 2 great defensive stops in the last 2 plays that we've seen, I think switching it up is only natural. Yeah. But they could still run it, and it could still be successful.
Well, the run has been their bread and butter so far. I look for Martinez to go around the edge. We'll see what happens here. There's the give to him. He comes around the edge. He's going to pick up the first down. Spin move. Breaks out of 3 or 4 tackles. Shimmies another guy off. Carrying defenders all the way down inside the 30-yard line. What a carry by Martinez. Carrying the ball and defenders on his back.
Yeah, it wasn't just a carry that was wide open for him. He really had to fight for it. Also, with his speed and footwork, he has a great physicality, able to take on multiple blockers at once and keep them at bay.
You see right here on the replay, that was about the 4th tackle when he kind of shucked that guy to the side like an ear of corn. You know, he had already made 3 or 4 guys miss, and then they finally gang tackled him down at the 30. So it'll reset the chains for Hoxie here on another sustained drive early on. This Westside defense is spending a lot of time on the field early on. There's a man in motion. Here's a give to Slaughter right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 5 on that carry.
Seemed like he lost his footing a little bit a few steps into the drive.
It seemed like he might have slipped a little bit. You know, it looked a little awkward right there right before he went down. I think if he keeps his footing, he probably picks up the first down there. Getting very close to the end of the first quarter here. Approach 10 seconds. We've probably seen the last play of the quarter. Fast-moving opening quarter. Hoxie on the move again, leading here 7-0 after forcing Westside to punt. That's the end of the quarter. We'll step aside for a break. 7-0, Hoxie leads.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people in all our locations, this is home. Apply online today. It's easy. From our family to yours. Welcome home. First National Bank.
There's only one name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, start your day off right with the best breakfast, from skillets to omelets, pancakes, and more.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Suncom Media Game of the Week, live from Hoxie High School. We appreciate everyone tuning in with us tonight. So far, it's all the home team leading 7-0 as we get ready to start this second quarter, and another sustained drive by Hoxie. They are 26 yards out from pay dirt. You see man in motion. Here's going to be a little option. The quarterback keeper going to pick up down to the 20. And that's going to move the chains again. Once again, Hoxie just very sustained, very disciplined. Just line up. Here we come. Stop us if you can.
Hoxie's just doing a really good job of not letting Westside have any room to breathe on both ends of the field. They've just been really good at keeping their blockers striking against the Westside Warriors. They've got their offense that keeps running the ball, keeps moving up the field, and even if it's only a gain of about 5 or 6 yards, they're still gaining every single possession.
Almost flawless execution on offense right now for Hoxie. Here's a give all the way around the edge, and that's going to be Gramling. He's going to get all the way down. They're going to mark him just short at the 2-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for Hoxie and a chance to go up by 2 scores early. There you see just great vision by the running back there.
That footwork dodges 2 blockers before the third one finally gets him down.
I believe that was Aiden Rodney on the carry. And right here, I would think you're probably looking at it. If I'm in this situation, I'm probably going to give it to Slaughter right up the middle. Slaughter is the sole back in the single back formation behind the quarterback. And we're going to go a little tush push. And it's into the end zone for Hoxie. Another touchdown on the board. Makes it 13-0. Quarterback Dylan Barnhill doing his best Philadelphia Eagles tush push impression there. Put a second score on the board. And now Hoxie will try the extra point to make it 14-0. Little danger zone area right now for Westside. You got to come out and you got to have something good happen on this next drive.
They just need to refresh, reset, get the last few plays out of their minds, and just try to get to the end zone as quick as possible.
Snaps down. Slaughter with the kick up and through the uprights. 14-0 Hoxie. We'll be back after this.
One name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, you'll always enjoy the best burgers and other favorites, including our delicious steaks, all hand-cut and perfectly grilled.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. The Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all. Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Back here at Hoxie High School, Suncom Media Game of the Week. Hoxie out in front, 14-0 here in the second quarter. Slaughter's got the ball to the tee. There's the whistle. And the kickoff goes to Westside. Going to be a short kick, going to bounce off a Westside player. Probably be better just to fall on it, and Hoxie's going to come away with the ball. My goodness gracious.
That was the exact opposite of what you needed if you're
Westside.
Westside.
Exactly right. Yeah, I mean, it's, there you see on the replay. I think at that point, Wilson probably just needs to fall on the ball. You appreciate the competitiveness of him trying to pick it up and go and make something happen. But in that situation, I think you go the safe route and you fall on the ball, because now Hoxie has a very short field to add yet another score here in the second quarter. Already at the 30-yard line in Westside territory. And I believe the Mustangs see a little blood in the water.
This game is far from over, but if Westside can't make anything happen, I mean, Hoxie's just going to keep steamrolling.
Well, you don't want to trade in your shovel for a backhoe, as you're digging yourself a hole to climb out of. So there's Martinez in motion to give to him around the end. This play is going to come back. There's a flag. Martinez breaks all the way to the end zone, but it's going to be all for naught because there was a flag thrown in the backfield. And where that's thrown, that's going to indicate probably holding on the offense. We'll see what the white hat says here.
I appreciate the hustle from Martinez, though.
Well, and I mean, he probably didn't see the flag, so he's playing it all the way through just like you're taught. So we'll see. Yeah, they're going over to get Coach Gar, talk to him, which means that it is going to be a penalty on Hoxie. And it's going to bring it back. So all that running for naught on Martinez. Now we just to determine if, I believe we have 2 flags now, so you got to hope for, if you're Westside, that this is not offsetting penalties. It looks like there may be one on the defense, and we may have an offsetting penalty situation here. Illegal shift on the offense, that's declined. Holding on the offense, so they're going to take that one. So that's why they went to talk to Coach Gar, because had 2 penalties. Figure out which one you want to take the penalty on. So it's going to back Hoxie up 10 yards for a 1st and 20. And let's see if Westside can take advantage of having Hoxie backed up.
They just need to block out, keep Martinez and Slaughter from running the offense the way they've been.
You pretty much know where it's going to go. You know, it's going to go probably to 1 or 2 guys. It's going to go to 16 or 2. At least that's been the case to this point, with the exception of the tush-push play down on the goal line.
Not expect them to keep running that because it's worked for them so far.
Absolutely. Barnhill up under center. Here comes Martinez around the end. He's got Slaughter out in front, lead blocking for him. He's going to pick up about 3 yards before he runs out of bounds. And, I mean, that's just that's a tough duo right there, because you've got Slaughter out in front of Martinez, you know, blocking the way for him. And Martinez has such great vision as a running back. He can look to see exactly where he needs to go. And as we've seen already, you know, you're seeing why he had, I believe, over 1,000 yards last year as a back.
It's also with the Hoxie Mustangs, their offensive line. They do a really good job of keeping Westside from being able to see where their runner is going to be moving.
Well, so that's, you know, when you run a running-based power offense, I mean, part of it is the deception of keeping the ball from being able to be seen. There's Martinez again. Now we're going to see a quarterback keeper up the middle. Takes a pretty hard hit after about a 1.5, maybe 2 yard gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down here. Again, another big key opportunity for the Westside defense to get off the field. 10-minute mark before half. Turned out to be a really nice night here in Lawrence County. See the flags off in the distance. We got just a little bit of a breeze. It does not feel like early September. It feels like mid-October outside right now.
Great conditions for a football game.
Absolutely. See a little mind games there. They tried to pull Westside offsides once again. They were able to hold the line this time and not jump. So now it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Timeout for Hoxie. We'll step aside for a quick break. Hoxie leads 14-0.
Jonesboro Auto Auction, Arkansas's largest public auction, serving the Mid-South for over 40 years. Our dealer auction is every Tuesday at 1, and our public auction is every Friday night at 6:30. Shop where we love to sell cars. Jonesboro Auto Auction.
Klein Environmental is a product of Westside and a proud supporter of the Warriors. We are a family-focused company supporting industry and development projects across the Mid-South and Midwest. Our organization includes engineering teams, environmental compliance specialists, directional boring and utility services, and a special project teams ready to solve complex problems with simple solutions with an outstanding safety record and proven performance. Think Klein, engineers, constructors, problem solvers. Klein Environmental.
Since 1970, Tate General Contractors has been a leader in Arkansas construction. They specialize in general contracting and construction management, delivering top-quality projects for public and private sectors. From site work to steel erection, they have the expertise to handle projects of any scope. With methods like guarantee maximum price, design plus build, and cost plus fee, they ensure efficient delivery with honesty and open communication.
Tate General Contractors, building excellence since 1970.
Back here at Hoxie High School as Barnhill's up under center, and he's going to keep. Got a flag on the play. Barnhill doesn't pick up much, maybe a yard or so, but let's see what the flag is. It was thrown right into the line of scrimmage, but after the play had started, so that could be anything. We'll see which way they go with this penalty here. Going to have holding again on Hoxie. So that's going to back them up. Hoxie is the execution slipped a little bit on this drive. You've had a couple penalties. You've had a couple plays go for no gain, which is a good sign if you're on the west side, fandom side of things. So now you're looking. I believe they're going to decline the penalty and push it to 4th down. I'm sorry. I was just going to say be 4th and 5 now with Westside an opportunity here to get the ball back.
The Mustangs, I think they're just getting a little bit comfortable. They've got a good lead right now, but this is exactly the time where if Westside can offset them, as they did to the Warriors earlier, they could get a good drive going and possibly move up to the end zone.
Opportunity to make Uncle Mo switch sidelines here from Hoxie over to Westside. 4th and 5 now. Comes Martinez again. Here's the pitch out wide. He's going to did he get it? I don't believe he got it. Let's see. I'm waiting on an indication here. No, that's a stop by Westside, I believe. Officials are pointing that Westside will take over. So that's a big play by the defense there, and that was actually Aiden Rodney on the carry that came around as the man in motion, but a big stop by the Warrior defense to take over on downs. 9:03 left here before halftime, and Westside really needs a sustained drive here to get some points on the board.
You can't blame the Mustangs for running that, especially when it's been working all game.
Working all night, yeah.
But exactly, the Warriors, now this is their time to move up, gain some momentum, gain some energy back for the team.
Feel like this is the big first counter punch back by Westside. Let's see if they can take advantage. There's a shotgun snap. Aiden Turner going to pick up. Big yardage. He's going to get to the outside, and we've got a foot race. 40, 30, down at the 20-yard line. And how about that haymaker from sophomore quarterback Aiden Turner? Goes from the 21 of Westside all the way down to the 20-yard line of Hoxie. My goodness gracious. How about that run by Aiden Turner? Just what the doctor ordered.
That is exactly the energy we saw from him at that benefit game. Now we're seeing him a little bit more comfortable in his first varsity game, starting to push up, get more comfortable, taking those types of runs and not second-guessing himself offensively.
If my math is correct, that's a 59-yard pickup. Here's Turner again. Going to give to Pickering now. Pickering puts his shoulder down, picks up an extra yard. It's going to bring up about 2nd and maybe 6. I believe that is Pickering's first carry of the night.
The Warriors know what they have to do now, and that's keep gaining these yards, getting as close to the end zone as humanly possible, and trying to get some points on the board.
Yeah, you've got a prime opportunity here with the way that you flipped the field in 2 plays. You got to put 6 on the board here if you're Westside. There you see the shotgun formation, trips to the right. Pickering in the backfield with Turner. It's a snap. Turner going to go on a quarterback draw right up the middle. Close to a first down. I think he's just short. Ethan, maybe by game 3 I'll remember my binoculars because they would come in handy right now. I believe he's about 1.5 yards short.
Westside has a big opportunity right now, and it's really just up to if they can step up to the plate or not.
3rd and 2 now. Turner in the shotgun. And looks like somebody might have got a little anxious on the offensive line because the flag blows the play dead. Blow it dead, that means it's on the offense. False start. So that's not what you need. You go from 3rd and 2 to, I believe, 3rd and 7 now. Still a prime opportunity here for Westside.
It's not the make or break, but you got to let this be the decider.
Well, and where you are on the field here, I feel like you got 2 downs to get your yardage, to get 8 yards. because you're down in Hoxie territory. You know, Westside's not known for having a great field goal kicker, so I think you're going to see, if they don't pick it up here, I think you'll see them go for it on 4th down. Snaps back. He's going to put the ball in the air in the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Receiver was there and open. I believe that's Drew Woods. And I believe he may have injured himself trying to go down and make the catch. Oh, great play call there. Just couldn't get the execution. That's a missed opportunity right there. You hate to see that. That was Drew Woods on the attempted reception. He's gonna trot off to the side. He looks a little shaken up there. Might have landed on his shoulder, kind of weird or something. So now we'll see what Westside's gonna do here on 4th down. It's 4th and 8 now.
He had the right idea. He just couldn't execute, couldn't get his ball.
Yeah.
Couldn't get his hands on the ball.
Throw was there. He was wide open. He had slid in behind the defense. It just, sometimes you can be too wide open sometimes, and I think that may have been the case here. So 4th down for the Warriors. Snap goes Turner, going to put it in the air. Now he's being pursued, running for his life, and he's going to be tackled short of the 1st down, and Hoxie will take over at about the 15-yard line. Man, oh, man. Missed opportunity there.
That wasn't the play you wanted, and that was definitely not the play you needed.
Well, and I don't think the original intent was for him to run. I think he was looking, and I think Hoxie's coverage, was pretty tight. And then by the time that he had to make a decision at that point, and the defender, you saw the defender bearing down on him, and he had to just get what he could get at that point. But you turn it over on downs, but it's Hoxie's got to go 85 yards here.
Even then, Turner did run past 2 Hoxie defenders before getting stopped. He had the right idea. He just couldn't find the route to get there.
Yeah. I mean, the Hoxie defense converged on him, and they were able to stop him short. So now Hoxie takes over at the 15. Here's a give to Slaughter. Big hit about 2 yards into the run. I apologize, that wasn't Slaughter. That was Christian Nichols. A lot of those guys are the same size, and, man, if you can't see their number, it's kind of hard to tell who's who because they have so many guys that are similar in size. Clock continues to roll here as we approach halftime. We're about 6 minutes and 12 seconds away. 2nd down now for Hoxie, 2nd and 6.
I think if you're Hoxie, you just try to close out with more points.
I mean, you're gonna run as much time off the clock here as you can, and ideally, if you're Hoxie, you want to try to score with less than a minute left. Let's give up middle. It's not gonna get 1st down yardage. I believe that was Nichols again on the carry. We'll see as he gets up here. Picked up some positive yardage, but it will bring up 3rd down. Looks like 3rd and 1. Nichols, again, another running back for Hoxie coming in and making positive yardage. You start looking for 16, Martinez, and you start looking for Slaughter of 2, and then they come in with Nichols, another guy.
You would think this team's been playing like this for years, but all their seniors from last year are gone.
And there's another tush push by Hoxie. Let's see if he got the necessary yardage. They unpile the bodies. We wait for an indicator. I think he's got the 1st down. Yeah, there's the indication there. So, once again, Barnhill lines up, gets the quarterback sneak to pick up the necessary yardage. This time it's just for a 1st down instead of a score, but it keeps the clock rolling. And more importantly, it keeps possession for Hoxie and keeps this Westside defense on the field for yet another series. Barnhill under center. Martinez in motion, and we have flags everywhere. I believe that's going to be false start on the offense. So that's going to back them up. 5 yards added onto it, so it'll be 1st and 15.
But you've still got 3 downs to run the ball, try to get as much yardage as possible. 5 yards each run. For this team, what they've been doing so far is not unlikely.
Yeah, just the quick math in my head, they're averaging probably between 4 and 5 yards a carry for the game to this point. So, this is not unreachable for them by any means. 1st and 15 here. Barnhill under center, looks over his line. He's got Slaughter in the backfield, Martinez in motion. It's the pitch out to Martinez. If he hits that corner, he's gone. He's around the corner. He's going to be cut down at about the 42, 43-yard line. Great pursuit there because you had to be worried if you were Westside. Let's see who gets him here on the replay. It's going to be Mason Woods coming in and making what I'm going to call a touchdown-saving tackle because Martinez had hit full speed and he was headed for pay dirt down that sideline. And Mason Woods cuts his legs out from under him, and it's still a big pickup for Hoxie. Ball up to the 41 now. And let's see what we got. I think we have a timeout. Yeah, we have a timeout for Westside. So we'll step aside for a quick break. Hoxie leading 14-0 here in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Attention members and guests. Taste the flavor of Mexico at Casamaya Mexican Restaurant in Jonesboro. At Casamaya, all recipes are prepared fresh daily. Tacos, burritos, nachos, sizzling fajitas, salads, and more with unlimited chips and salsa. Dine in or use our convenient drive-through window. Olé! So don't wait till mañana to try Casamaya Mexican Restaurant on Caraway Road in Jonesboro. Taste the flavor of Mexico today at Casamaya.
At Betts Chiropractic, we offer comprehensive chiropractic care for a variety of conditions. There's no need to suffer with back pain, migraines, or headaches, neck pain, sciatica, or nagging injuries. We help improve your whole quality of life with a weight loss program to help you regain vigor and exceed your goals. Why not call for an appointment? New patients receive a complimentary consultation, so don't hesitate.
Back here on the campus of Hoxie High School, Mustangs in control here. Westside flipped the field, had a big 59-yard pickup by Aiden Turner on a quarterback keeper, and just could not seal the deal, basically, to get points on the board. Turn the ball over on downs, and Hoxie they were inside, actually in the red zone. Westside was, and now Hoxie's all the way up to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Barnhill up under center. Got Martinez in motion. Gonna fake the pitch and give it. Actually, that was Martinez that went through the middle. They faked the pitch to Aiden Rodney, and Martinez adds to his total. I don't have his numbers calculated in front of me, but I think he's north of 80 yards already, if not north of 100. He's had a heck of a first half here.
That's exactly what the Warriors need to keep doing, though. They need to keep having their blockers close him out, keep him from getting at top speed. Just negate that yardage.
Step at a time. Take him from getting 8 yards down to 4. And then when you get him to where he's only getting 4, try to take him to 2. Barnhill up under center again. Full house in the backfield. There's going to be a give up the middle. Going to be enough for a first down. I believe that was Rodney on the carry. Yeah, Aiden Rodney. And it moves the chains once again for Hoxie. Their third down conversion rate has got to be extremely high tonight. I think they had 2 4th downs, I believe, here in the first half, and everything else is, if they got to 3rd down, they converted it.
They've got players that just really complement each other. They've got speed, they've got agility, they've got physicality on the line. They've got a lot as a team.
Well, and you can see, we spoke earlier about early in the game the execution was spot on. Had a couple of series that didn't go their way. Now the execution, it seems like whatever needed to be corrected, they corrected it because the execution's back on point here. There's going to be a give. There's a loose ball, fumble on the ground. Looks like Westside may have recovered it. And another potential momentum swinging play for Westside as they get the turnover. That was 59. I don't have a 59 on my roster. I have Kai Cameron at 58. That looks like Kai Cameron in 59. He may have changed numbers on us and not told us. But either way, that's another big momentum changing play for the Westside defense. And now with 2:51 left before half, Westside has another short field opportunity to put points on the board. It's a snap. Turner looks like he's going to keep, and he fumbles the ball. Fortunately, Jackson Wilson falls on it. It's going to go for a loss after the fumble, but my goodness, somebody buttered these footballs on the last couple of plays here, because each team has had a fumble here back to back. There you see Westside breathing a sigh of relief that Jackson Wilson was man on the spot to go recover the ball. And you're looking at second and about a mile. It's about second and 16, I believe, to be exact. Turner takes a snap. He's going to keep around the left side. He's going to pick up significant yardage all the way up to about the 32. Up to the 32-yard line. Was not enough for the first down. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 34. But that takes a first and forever to about second and 6.
Westside been very unpredictable.
Yeah.
In these last few possessions. They're trying to capitalize and keep the momentum going. Sometimes it goes down a lot. Sometimes it keeps moving up, and the momentum keeps going. We'll see on this play.
There's Turner running for his life, and he just has to get rid of the ball to avoid the sack. It almost looks like they might have been trying to set up a screen there, because there were almost the entire defensive line worked through, and it just did not develop the way they had envisioned. And so now that brings up fourth down for the Warriors. It'll be 4th and 6.
Looks like they're trying to decide what to do.
Yeah, and on the incomplete pass, the clock stops. Unofficially, I've got Turner with 8 carries so far, so that's a lot of carries for your quarterback early on. Let's see what comes up on 4th here. It's a snap. Looks like it's going to be another keeper. He loses his footing, and that gives the Hoxie defense time to recover. And they swarm him under just short of the first down marker. So Hoxie will get the ball back. So Hoxie kind of dodges a bullet there with the fumble. It ends up not hurting them in the long run. Field position is a little bit worse than they were on the previous drive, but you know, if Westside puts no points on the board, I think you chalk it up as a win on that series for your defense. Defense kind of bailed the offense out there.
Turner looked like lost his footing again on that drive, not able to get as far as he would have wanted.
Well, and we've seen a couple players slip here in the last, I would say 20 minutes or so of real time. You got to wonder if we had some sprinkles early on when we were trying to do our pregame segment. Kind of wonder maybe if I don't see it in the lights, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So there may be some occasional sprinkles making that turf a little slick.
Now that you say it, it's been kind of right there.
Mm-hmm. Here's Martinez again around that corner. They love that play to bring him in motion and bring him around that right end. It's been very successful for them tonight. Clock continues to run here. I think you see a little mist in the air. I was looking at our monitor. Appreciate our guys on the cameras trying to help us out there. Great production crew we got here at Suncom. Appreciate you joining in with us tonight. Hoxie's up 14-0 as we approach inside of a minute before halftime now.
Also, the Warrior faithful showing up for this matchup.
It's a good contingency of Warrior fans over there. They've almost filled the entire visitor stands here. Comes Martinez in motion again. Gibbs going to be up the middle. And that was going to be, I believe that's Rodney again on the carry. Picks up decent yardage makes it a 3rd and short now. Inside of 30 seconds. We might see one more play, maybe not. There's more time on the play clock than there is the game clock. Inside of 20 seconds now, so this may take us to halftime here. We'll see what Coach Tom Sears and Hoxie decide to do, but I think they're just going to run it out. They don't seem to be in any hurry-up mode whatsoever. Now that I say that, and then they sprint to the line. 4 seconds. See, little mind game. Oh, they're going to get one more snap off. And kudos to the Westside defense for not falling for it there. Rodney stopped for basically no gain. That's going to take us to the half. And we'll see here. I'm trying to locate Coach Sears here on the sideline to see if he's going to be able to catch up with Steve Clayton. So we're gonna go down for a sideline report here with Coach Sears and Steve shortly. Steve had to go chase him down, so we're back. Steve, take it away.
Good point, Ash. I appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, down here with Coach Sears. Coach, pretty dominant in the first half. You gave up one long run by a quarterback a turnover killed the drive, but you pretty much dominated. You've got to be pleased with the execution of your offense.
Yeah, I am very pleased. Would have liked to have had another one there. Thought he would, just untimely fumble. I thought we were moving the ball well. I thought our defense has stepped up really well when it needed to there on some key situations.
Any changes? You're just going to keep plugging along.
We got a couple adjustments we got to make there offensively. There's a couple things they're doing, and then defensively just keep getting after them, show them a few different looks.
Coach, I appreciate it. Go coach them up. Good luck in the second half. I'll throw it back to the booth. Marcus Ethan, back to you.
So there you have it, 14-0 here at the half. Hoxie in full control early on. We'll see if Westside can adjust for the second half. We're going to step aside for a break. You're watching Suncom Media Game of the Week.
At Glen Sain, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people in all our locations, this is home. Apply online today. It's easy. From our family to yours. Welcome home. First National Bank.
There's only one name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, start your day off right with the best breakfast, from skillets to omelets, pancakes, and more.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
One name where fat is good. Fat City Steak and Grill House. At Fat City, you'll always enjoy the best burgers and other favorites, including our delicious steaks, all hand-cut and perfectly grilled.
Fat City Steak and Grill House.
Hello again, everyone. Once again, I'm Steve Clayton. A great guest with me here at halftime, Zach Mullen. Mr. Mullen is the band director and now choir director here at Hoxie High School, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, let's talk about band. You're performing right now at halftime. Talk to us about your role with the football games and then we'll expand on that a little bit after there.
Okay, so for our halftime show, we've got we're calling it Rock Revolution this year. We're playing some rock music. We've got songs from the band Muse, the band Black Sabbath, and the band Green Day. So we're doing sort of like a fun rock music halftime show. Our main role at football games is to support the football team. So we're here trying to like keep the crowd involved, make a lot of racket whenever the other team's on offense, and do everything that we can to be a supportive role for the football team.
Now, I told you off air, I got a little fine arts in me. I love the venue that you're doing here at halftime, kind of a combination of different genres, if you will, as far as music.
Sure.
Great halftime show, I'm sure. But after football, what can we look at as far as competition for the band?
We're going to, for sure, the A-State Open. It's a competition that the ASU, or now A-State, they call themselves in Jonesboro, hosts each year. We're going to that one this year. We'll be going to region marching assessment. We're looking for another competition to add in the wings, but that it all falls into October. Us band directors like to call that Bandtober. That's when all of the marching band events happen. So pretty much every Saturday in October there's a marching event happening at some high school across the state.
So it'll be here soon. Now let's talk about this year's band. What kind of numbers do you have? And then we'll talk about some individuals after that, but let us know what kind of numbers do you have in each part of your band.
Sure. I've got 43 kids on my band roster this year, which is the largest band we've had since I got here. I got here 5 years ago. We had 22 kids in the band program, so we've almost doubled in size in the last 5 years. Band is not new to Hoxie. I've got a room full of trophies dating back to the 60s and 70s, but we've sort of gone over a rebuild since I've been here. If you change through directors a couple of times, it takes a few years to get back on your feet, but we're finding ourselves back on our feet. I've got a great group of kids lined up, and I think we'll have a pretty good showing this year.
We also talked off air. This is your 5th or 6th year here. Talk to us about your history and how you ended up as band director.
I did go to school at Walnut Ridge. Graduated from there, went to pursue a music degree at Arkansas State University, and then taught briefly at Rector. Got to be a Rector Cougar for a little while, and then the job position came open at Hoxie, and it's close to home. I work in about 6 minutes from Mom's house, so I've got I've got a 1.5-year-old baby who gets to stay with Grandma, and I'm real close by, close to family, and it's where I like to be.
I'm all about family, so that's awesome. Talk to us about some of your leaders, sectional leaders, some of your standouts on your band unit this year.
I've got all great players. I've got quite a few freshmen this year. I've got, coming back, it's my 3rd year. He started out as drum major. Adriel Gillette started out as a drum major as a freshman because at the time nobody else wanted to do it, but Adriel was willing to step up and take care of that for us. I've got a 10th grade trumpet player, Maxwell Johnston, who is carrying my trumpet section right now. He and my junior trumpet player, he started band late, but he's now caught up and is playing right along with the rest of them. Ethan Hill. And I've got a slew of great saxophone players. I've got some awesome percussionists. I've got Katie Williams and Alex Rogers are sort of leading the percussion section for. Katie's holding down snare drum, and Alex is rocking my quad drums for us. She'll be playing Jig 2 in the second half. It's a famous drum tune that they really hype the crowd up, hypes the cheerleaders up, and everybody goes crazy when they hear it. So.
Well, it's all good stuff, and it gives me chills thinking about it. I love the band. I love fine arts. Stay right there. We'll be right back with band director / choir director Zach Mullins.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. The Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all. Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration. 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Jonesboro Auto Auction, Arkansas's largest public auction serving the Mid-South for over 40 years. Our dealer auction is every Tuesday at 1, and our public auction is every Friday night at 6:30. Shop where we love to sell cars. Jonesboro Auto Auction.
Klein Environmental is a product of Westside and a proud supporter of the Warriors. We are a family-focused company supporting industry and development projects across the Mid-South and Midwest. Our organization includes engineering teams, environmental compliance specialists, directional boring and utility services, and a special project teams ready to solve complex problems with simple solutions with an outstanding safety record and proven performance. Think Klein, engineers, constructors, problem solvers. Klein Environmental.
Since 1970, Tate General Contractors has been a leader in Arkansas construction. They specialize in general contracting and construction management, delivering top-quality projects for public and private sectors. From site work to steel erection, they have the expertise to handle projects of any scope, with methods like guarantee maximum price, design plus build, and cost plus fee. They ensure efficient delivery with honesty and open communication.
Tate General Contractors, building excellence since 1970.
Welcome back to the Suncom Game of the Week. My halftime guest, Mr. Zach Mullen. Zach, we talked a little bit before the break. You're band director, but you've recently become the choir director also. Talk to us about stepping into that role.
Well, our choir director last year, she decided to go back to school and pursue her master's degree. So I'm happy for her professionally that she's furthering her education and pursuing that degree. But then that left a void in the choir program. So I got approached and asked if I would be willing to take on that role and step into that position as well. I told them I'd give it a shot. So I've actually got more kids involved in choir than have been. I've been recruiting some kids out of my band program to come into choir. I've been trying to recruit kids in the hallway to hey, if you don't have choir on your schedule, you need that fine arts elective, I'd be glad to have you. But we've got a really good group of kids. I was worried at first that they'd be hesitant to sing out and activate their voices, especially with me being new to the role and new to the position. But I've got really great group of kids. Get up and make them sing for me every day in class. So we start with a vocal warm-up. I'm not by any means a professional pianist, but I can play enough piano to play songs for them to sing along with and run through vocal warm-ups with them. So got some really good stuff. I was not sure that I would be able to or that I would even enjoy it, but it's been one of my favorite parts of the day is getting to sit down and play on the piano and get to sing with the kids, get them singing back to me, get them engaged in the musical process a little bit.
I told you off air, I got a little fine arts in me, so I'm all about that. Walk us through a day of Zach Mullins. How do you divide, because it is kind of unique that you're both band director and choir director. Sure. Walk us through a day in your life.
Well, I start off the day, I've got first period prep, thank goodness, because I need that first period of the day to get my thoughts together, how I'm going to balance all my spinning plates that day. But I've got my first periods of the day, I'm in my choir room, and then right after, so I've got my choir periods, and then I've got general music happens right after my lunch period. So we go prep, choir. We got an intervention/enrichment period where I get to do a lot of different things with kids. We're looking into, I've got a group of kids that have scored high enough on their standardized tests that they don't have to do any remedial work. So we're looking for other things that they can do, community projects that we can get them involved in, and see if we can get them some community service hours built up. And then switch gears, I go to my high school band right after lunch. I've got a couple of general music classes in the mix. I've got 7th and 8th graders for general music, and we just talk some basic music theory and just the fundamentals of music with them. And then I end the day with my junior high band. So I've actually got junior high band, 7th and 8th grade combined into one band class now. So I've got 44 kids or 43 kids in my high school band program, but I've got 27 kids in my junior high band program. So as long as they all stay in, we're looking at bumping our numbers up into the 50s and 60s in the band program in the next couple of years.
Like I said, great stuff, and it sounds like it's growing rapidly. All because of you, Zach Mullen. That's Zach Mullen, the band director / choir director here at Hoxie High School. Stay right there. We'll be back with the second half kickoff.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
Attention members and guests. Taste the flavor of Mexico at Casamaya Mexican Restaurant in Jonesboro. At Casamaya, all recipes are prepared fresh daily. Tacos, burritos, nachos, sizzling fajitas, salads, and more with unlimited chips and salsa. Dine in or use our convenient drive-through window. Olé! So don't wait till mañana to try Casamaya Mexican Restaurant on Caraway Road in Jonesboro. Taste the flavor of Mexico today at Casamaya.
At Betts Chiropractic, we offer comprehensive chiropractic care for a variety of conditions. There's no need to suffer with back pain, migraines, or headaches, neck pain, sciatica, or nagging injuries. We help improve your whole quality of life with a weight loss program to help you regain vigor and exceed your goals. Why not call for an appointment? New patients receive a complimentary consultation, so don't hesitate.
At Glensane, we spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people in all our locations, this is home. Apply online today. It's easy. From our family to yours. Welcome home. First National Bank. At First National Bank.
And we welcome you back here to the campus of Hoxie High School. 14-0 here. Halftime is wrapping up. We got about just under a minute left on the clock before we start the third quarter of action. Ethan, the story of the first half has to be the Mustangs' running game.
It's been Martinez and Slaughter on the offense. They have been able to get run after run, and even if they're not making big plays every possession, they have been able to slowly get yard after yard, 3 yards here, 4 yards there.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been able to keep this game way ahead of where Westside is at so far.
Just, good execution. We talked about it a little bit when we were off air during halftime. It's nothing fancy for Hoxie. They line up. Everyone knows their exact job to do. They execute very efficiently on the offensive line. You didn't see many missed blocks because there were very few tackles for loss by the Westside defense, and that's due to superior blocking by Hoxie. But Westside has an opportunity here. They get the ball to start the third quarter. Again, we sound like a little bit of a broken record here. You need a momentum swinging play. You need another, if it's going to be Aiden Turner with another 59-yard run, or maybe Pickering breaks one. You need something to kind of get the momentum flowing your way just a little bit. Unofficially, I have Aiden Turner with 81 yards on 8 carries. That's unofficially, of course. And that was pretty much the offense for Westside in the first half.
And it's shifting the momentum, but not only shifting it, but containing it and maintaining it, being able to continue pushing offensively down the field and possibly getting into the end zone, scoring some points.
I feel like Westside had a big missed opportunity on the pass to the end zone there. They had the perfect play call. The receiver was open, just couldn't come up with the ball. I feel like even if you just get that score, your mindset coming in to start this second half is a little different. But we'll see what happens here. Slaughter has the ball teed up for Hoxie. Just waiting on the official to blow his whistle, and we will get the second half underway. Ball is in the air, and that may be headed out of bounds. And there you go. There's a good break for Westside right off the back. Going to get a flag there for kicking the ball out of bounds. That'll give them good field position to start this drive, to start the third quarter. What do you think we need to see here from Westside? Do you still try to go with Turner running the ball? Do you try to get Pickering more involved? Maybe do you try to go to the air? I mean, there's questions there that, you could go a couple different ways with it.
I don't know. I think you just try out all the ways independently and see if they work, and if they continue pushing it up the field, you stick with that one until it's broke.
Almost the old throw it to the wall and see if it sticks. So we'll see what Westside does here. Of course, they like to run that power spread. They've been in the same offensive sets all night. Turner's back in the shotgun here. And we're going to see more of Turner. Going to pick up another carry. Might have got back to the original line. Not much there on that opening carry. And I believe they're going to call that a no gain. Oh, they gave him one. They gave him 1 yard on that, so it'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Warriors.
It looks like they're going to continue pushing offensively with Turner, so he's just got to keep his foot on the gas, keep running, stop being as hesitant as he was in the first half. The jitters are probably a little bit out now, so now it's just time to run the football.
Hoxie brings pressure. He puts the ball in the air. The pass is complete up to Goodwin, I believe that is. Anthony Goodwin with the short pass reception. And that, by my calculations, unofficially, of course, that is the first pass completion of the night for Turner. He had 2 incomplete passes in the first half. He's at the 41-yard line now.
If they can get a first down here, they can really capitalize on that and possibly put some points on the board.
So now he's Turner again in the shotgun, going to keep it. Trying to get away from the defense, and he's going to be swarmed under for a loss on that play. And the whole herd of Mustangs take him down. Take your pick there. There was about 5 different defenders you can give that tackle to. And Turner's a little slow to get up. It looks like we have an official's timeout for injury. I mean, you've got 5 guys taking him down right there. Looked like he hit his head pretty hard on the turf as he went down.
Not just that, but there was a defender under him. Maybe he could have hit his leg.
We're going to step aside for a break while they take a look at Aiden Turner. We'll be back right after this.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. The Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all. Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Jonesboro Auto Auction, Arkansas's largest public auction serving the Mid-South for over 40 years. Our dealer auction is every Tuesday at 1, and our public auction is every Friday night at 6:30. Shop where we love to sell cars. Jonesboro Auto Auction.
Klein Environmental is a product of Westside and a proud supporter of the Warriors. We are a family-focused company supporting industry and development projects across the Mid-South and Midwest. Our organization includes engineering teams, environmental compliance specialists, directional boring and utility services, and a special project teams ready to solve complex problems with simple solutions with an outstanding safety record and proven performance. Think Klein, engineers, constructors, problem solvers. Klein Environmental.
And there's a good sight to see there at the top of your screen. That's Aiden Turner walking off under his own power. He took a hard hit right there with that swarm tackle. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. And, of course, where they are on the field, you're going to see a punt here. But it was nice to see Turner, use his own power to get to the sideline. A lot of pressure coming on for the punt. And a lot of contact there, but I'm guessing they got a piece of the ball because there was no flag thrown with the punter being knocked to the ground. So must have got a piece of the ball by the rush there, and Hoxie will take over with 10-12 remaining here in the third. Pretty decent starting position. They're going to start out at the 29-yard line. And I just expect to see more of the same here. The constant feeding of Martinez and Slaughter and maybe a sprinkling of Aiden Rodney into the running game. It's like we talked about at halftime. That's been their bread and butter to this point.
Get 4 yards here, 3 yards there. Just keep running the football.
Yeah. Barnhill up under center. Looks like the give is going to go to, I believe that's Slaughter. He's going to pick up about 4 yards, just like we said. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy, just line up and run them over. I mean, that's what Hoxie has done to this point, and it's been very successful for them. As long as the offensive line continues to execute blocking the way they're blocking right now, why would you do anything else?
They're just trying to run the clock down as fast as they can and go home with a victory.
And that's the other thing with this style of offense, picking up 3, 4, sometimes 5 yards of carry. The clock runs, you keep the other team's defense on the field, and fatigue starts to become an issue. Hoxie sends a man in motion. They're going to give it to, I believe that was Rodney, but great pursuit there by the Westside defense. Minimal gain, if anything, on that one. Brings up 3rd down. You see a little fire here on Westside. You see that's big number 59. We're assuming, because we don't have a 59 on the roster, we're assuming that's Kai Cambron, who we have as 58. And if that's wrong, then somebody in the comments on either Facebook or YouTube can correct me. 3rd down now for Hoxie. Now Barnhill looking at the sideline. Looks like they may be changing the play. There's a pitch out to Slaughter. Slaughter's going to get a little bit, but not enough for the first. That'll bring up 4th down. It'll be about 4th and 3 maybe. So defense for Westside standing tall here, forcing the Mustangs into a 4th down. And let's see what Coach Sears chooses to do here. I believe they're going to punt in this situation.
Which even with Hoxie taking over this game, Westside, the defense, they've been able to lock them down a little bit. Here and there have been some errors, but I think overall Westside's defense so far has been pretty solid. They just haven't been able to get up into the end zone.
They missed a few key stops to where it could get them off the field, but a great series here by the defense, forcing Hoxie to punt. And now the question becomes, after this punt, will we see Aiden Turner back at quarterback? Punts away. It's going to go straight up. This is going to help Westside out. Went straight up into the air and died. That's only about a 15-yard punt. Up to the 42-yard line. So Westside's going to start on the positive side of midfield here. And we'll see if they can take advantage of this great field position.
I'm not sure I see Aiden Turner out there.
That's what I'm looking for here. I believe we do have a new quarterback into the game.
He was struggling a little bit on the sideline. So
I saw that too. No, that is him. That's Turner back into the game. Puts the ball in the air. Pass is complete. About a 4-yard gain. I believe that's Goodwin again.
Good on him for taking a hard hit and getting right
Yeah,
back up
man,
into the game.
You know, I believe that's what my dad would call manning up. You know, he took an extremely hard hit, and then there he is. He comes back, and his first play out comes back and completes a 5-yard pass to Goodwin. I believe that's his second reception of the night, unofficially.
I think after that, Turner's just trying to fire back and not get negative yardage.
Take that pain you have and turn it into something positive. There's a snap. There's going to be a give to Pickering. Pickering's got some yardage. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down, be very close to it. And there's the indicator, first down. Move the chains for the Warriors. So that's a 6-yard pickup for Ashton Pickering. And the Westside offense, you see, starting to put a few things together here.
Already being 14 down, this is where you want to be if you're the Warriors.
This is a good start for them, yeah. There's a snap, going to throw it out. Dangerous pass out into the flat, and it looks like it may have been picked off. Goodness gracious. There it is. Get Dalen Barnhill. There you see, kind of led his receiver just a little too much there. You can see it on the replay. And what a great play by Barnhill. Just, man, we talked about this at half. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, seems like, for Westside. They come out, they force Hoxie to punt, put a couple plays together, and then, you know, it's just one of those nights, I guess, where 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And it's not being unable to get down the field. It's just also these fumbles.
It's little things.
There's been a lot of errors.
There's some little things that, you know, of course, this is their official first game of the season. The benefit game was basically a scrimmage, dress rehearsal almost. So now Hoxie takes back over the 32-yard line, and there's a give up the middle to Slaughter. He's going to pick up about 7. And we guessed correctly on the mystery man, number 59. That is Kai Cameron. We thank the viewer that was watching that gave us that information. We appreciate that. Appreciate all of our viewers, but especially that one for giving us the info.
Westside needs to try to get as many defensive stops here as possible. Get their first down back here.
So here shortly, after this play, I think we're going to step down to the sideline and check in with Steve Clayton. Let's see what Westside does here. Looks like they're going to get a good stop right here by the defense. Swarming the ball. The defense is still playing with a lot of intensity. Steve, what are you seeing on the sideline?
Right now it's all about Hoxie. If they control this ball in this offense, they can run off a lot of clock. And right now the clock is not on the side of the Westside Warriors. But like I said, we got a lot of game to play, so it'll be interesting to see. And I was talking to Clayton, our cameraman. The injury was not really intense, so I look for Westside to keep plugging along. Excuse me. I'll throw it back to you in the booth.
All right, we appreciate the report from the sideline there from Steve Clayton. It's our official football guru. We go with what he sees on the field. So here's Hoxie with another pitch out around the end to Martinez. Martinez is going to be stopped for a minimal gain. And, Ethan, I got to say, and now we got extracurricular activity, and it looks like Hoxie's going to pick up a penalty for maybe unnecessary roughness there. I didn't see what happened. I saw the aftermath of it. I saw I believe that was the back judge reaching for his flag. But I think we may have a personal foul penalty here on Hoxie.
Which Westside doing a great job of boxing out, making sure that Hoxie cannot get down the field any further for any more yardage or points or first down.
Well, I'm not sure what was said to this Westside defense at half, but they have come out with a different fire in their eyes here so far. So it's a big penalty here, going to back Hoxie up even more. But the Westside defense has come out, and the plays that were going 4, 5, 6 or more yards per carry for Hoxie in the first half, you see the swarm. Watch the swarm here by the defense. That is Trey Williams with the takedown there of Martinez. And so this is a 4th down, and once again, the Westside defense stands tall, forces Hoxie to punt. A little better punt this time from Hoxie. It's going to bounce all the way up to midfield and cross over to about the 48-yard line of Westside. And the Warriors will start once again at midfield. Warriors have had pretty good field position all night. It's just they've not been able to take advantage of it to this point.
They've got to capitalize on this play if they want to come out of tonight with a win. They've been unable to do anything whenever they have momentum so far. It hasn't been consistent. If they can keep it consistent on this drive, we could see a more competitive and a closer game.
We talked about the 1 step forward, 2 steps back. If they can eliminate that and have each play build off of it and build a little bit of confidence, and maybe go down and put one in the end zone, this becomes a much different game here. We still got 3:43 left in the third. So now you see Goodwin coming in motion. Here comes pressure from the Hoxie defense. It's going to be Turner on the keeper. He's going to pick up 1, maybe 2. And so 2nd down. I'm going to give him a yard on that. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so now I see the scoreboard gave him a yard. I was going to give him a yard because it looked like he had gained a little bit. So 2nd and 9 there. I have that unofficially as Turner's 10th carry on the night.
They're just trying to get past midfield right now. From there, it's just baby steps, keep building.
Yeah. See Hoxie looking to bring pressure. There's a pass, complete. Going to get across midfield. Not much after that. Pass went to Barrett Burgess, I believe is who that was. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 7.
This is the play where you got to make something happen if you're Westside.
3rd and 7 for the Warriors. And you really, if you're a Warrior fan, you really want to see the conversion here to pick up the 1st down and keep this drive going, if for no other reason than to keep your defense on the sideline. The defense has seen a lot of snaps tonight, and they've come out looking good here early in the second half. Here's Turner trying to get outside. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some all the way down to the 33-yard line of Hoxie. Great pickup there, about a 16-yard pickup for Turner. Here you see great block right there. I believe that's Kai Cameron on the block. We talked about him as an impact player. There he was making an impact on the Hoxie defense. And a big 1st down conversion there by Westside.
Aiden Turner, we saw him in that benefit game. He's looking more like he did then.
Yeah.
The footwork, the energy, bringing in the agility. After he got sacked earlier in the game, he's trying to recuperate from that.
Now here's Turner again, going to keep moving up near the 1st down marker. Boy, he's close. He is very close to that 1st down marker. And let's see. 2nd and short, very short. But, I mean, look at the grit and determination there of him trying to fight through those tackles.
This is where you make something happen offensively for
Absolutely.
Westside. Put some points on the board going into the 4th and try to make something happen then again.
Unofficially a 9-yard pickup there. I'm running out of room on my stat sheet for Aiden Turner carries. There's Pickering with it. He's going to get just enough to get the 1st down. So move those chains. So we are under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Westside driving. And if they're able to punch one in here, it changes the complexion of this game a little bit as we head to the 4th quarter. Running clock now. We'll have to see one more play because there's only 25 seconds on the play clock. It's about a 4, maybe 5-second differential. So Westside will have to snap this. I think I would almost take a shot here.
I think so too.
I mean, you're coming down close to the end of the quarter. I don't think they would be expecting it. Here's Turner looking back to pass, going to go to the end zone, overthrows everybody. There it was. There's the shot. And we've got a penalty in the backfield, but I'm not sure who it's going to be on there.
I believe it was on Westside.
I believe we're going to have a personal foul call. Man, if that's on Westside, that's personal foul. Yeah, on the offensive line on Westside. Man.
Fairly sure it was Cambron. I think after the whistle blew, he was still trying to get the defense moving.
Played just a little too long after the whistle. Yeah, sometimes that happens. It's just talk about the worst timing you could have, because now it's going to, as we move towards the end of the quarter, just 9 seconds left, and I believe the clock will start on the referee's whistle here. Oh, no, it was an incomplete pass, so it won't start till he's motioning for it to start, so they will go ahead and start it.
They're going to try and get one more here.
Yeah, I think they're going to run it down. Yeah, they're not going to snap this one. So we've played 3 quarters. Hoxie leads 14-0. Come on back with us after this break for an exciting 4th quarter. I think we're going to have one. We'll be back after this. Back here at Hoxie High School for the start of the 4th quarter. Westside with the ball. They were threatening and then got a personal foul penalty to back them up a little bit. Moved them all the way back to the 36-yard line. And now you've put a couple more obstacles in your way to try to getting a score on the board here. But we'll see what the offense comes out with here for Westside. Turner in the shotgun. Goodwin in motion. Gonna fake the toss, and Turner's going to keep. And he's going to pick up a little bit, but runs into a brick wall pretty much. And there you like to see that. You like to see a little sportsmanship there. Things had gotten a little chippy for a little bit, but you see some good sportsmanship there. The Hoxie players helping Turner back to his feet.
I think they were trying to push him back, maybe get a few yards back, but stopping there, Turner could make a play happen in this next possession, in this next play. Try to get a drive going.
You've got quite the distance here. You got a 2nd and 20. And that penalty was it stole your momentum basically, because I felt like Westside had a little momentum moving the ball. Here's a high snap controlled by Turner. Turner's going to keep again. And I think he's just short of the original line of scrimmage. Got to the 25-yard line.
So 3 and 15, you basically have to be in the end zone or really close to it in order to get a first down.
Yeah, first down is going to be, I believe the first down is about the 10, 11, 12-yard line. So 3rd and 15 here.
They're trying to devise something to get them some points on the board.
Backyard football at this point. Just, throw it up. Receiver's got to be down there somewhere. 3 wide outs to the right. Turner back. Thought about the pass. Didn't see anybody open. He goes on a run for it and picks up minimal yardage. And that'll bring up 4th down for Westside.
Question is, are they going to punt it or try?
Well, yeah, I don't think you're going to punt from there. I mean, and we haven't seen, other than kickoffs, we haven't seen any, anything on the special teams front that gives me any indication they would try a field goal. So I think you're going to go for it here with 9.5 and a running clock. Pickering in the backfield with Turner. Yeah, it looks like the receiver's got a head start, and 4th and 15 becomes a little longer now. It looked like you had 3 guys that were going to take off on long routes, maybe to the end zone to try to pick up pay dirt, but another penalty for Westside's going to back them up a little more.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the 1 step forward, 2 steps back, that's how it's been going so far.
Yeah, and there's a bad snap, fumble, and I believe Hoxie recovered. It doesn't matter. It's 4th down anyway, so Hoxie's going to get the ball either way. So Westside did recover. Hoxie takes over on downs.
With the way Hoxie's been running the offense, it's going to be really tough for Westside to get their first down, get a possession back, stop them for 4 plays consecutively.
Yeah, I think at this point, Hoxie's goal now is just to chew clock, and take those opportunities away a second at a time here. I mean, you may see them run the play clock all the way down before snapping the ball. There's a give to Martinez. He's going to hit the corner. Going to be forced out of bounds at the Westside 43. Actually, the 46 is where they're going to spot him out of bounds. Big pickup for Martinez.
With that
first down.
With that second blocker, if he wasn't there, Martinez was taking it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, Martinez had that look when he hit the sideline of that he was headed for the pylon, but defense didn't give up on the play. They made sure to get him down.
That stop from Pickering, who has been showing up on both ends of the field.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing sparks from Westside that they could build off of in future matches and potentially in this game. Defense has been pretty solid so far for the Warriors. They just need to keep it moving so that the offense can take over and try to get some points.
There's a give. Martinez again, and this time he's wrapped up and taken out of bounds by Key Cohen. Big senior nose guard.
They're trying not to give the Mustangs any yardage whatsoever, not even one.
Well, and after that, at this point in the game, some teams would throw in the towel, and you'd probably see Martinez break one for about 50. I got to give a little props here to the Westside defense, because even though you're down 14-0, fourth quarter, you're still seeing them pursue to the ball, and you take your positives where you can get them and build from it. Play clock down to 2. There you go. You see them just milking the clock there. Minimal gain. But the big key to that play there was they ran the play clock all the way down to 2 seconds, taking as much time as possible off that clock and just eliminating the potential. Even if Westside gets the ball back, you're eliminating the potential for them to be able to put points on the board. 3rd and 8 now. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to predict Martinez around the end again. Not exactly a hot take, is it?
It is seeming like it. He's been the key to this offense all night.
Absolutely. I mean, we knew coming in he was the straw that stirs the drink for the offense. So, guess who? Martinez again picks up 6, maybe 8.
If they were more center field, that spin move might have been the deciding factor between more points.
So he's got about 6 yards on that carry. Brings up 4th and 2. And again, you're just, you're going to see Hoxie take their time here. They may snap this one a little quicker. There's still 22 seconds on the play clock. See how far they run it down here. Now Barnhill looks back to the sideline. Inside of 15 seconds on the play clock now. So he's definitely taking his time here. Under 10. Martinez, there's another give for Martinez. And he's going to pick up the first down. Keep the chains moving and the clock rolling. And if you're a Mustang fan, that's exactly what you want to see right now. And put a handful of more yards under Mr. Martinez's name. He has to be, I'm trying to keep stats as I can. I'm thinking he's around 125, maybe 130 yards unofficially. He's had quite the game tonight.
I think you just keep trying for those small gains if you're Hoxie. Yeah. You continue running down the clock as fast as you can.
And you, under no means do you run out of bounds. You go down, even if it's for a loss, you go down inbounds so the clock keeps running. And there's the man of the hour again, still picking up positive yardage, and he's forced out of bounds. Picks up, put about 5 more on his stat line. It'll be 2nd and 5 now. And the Martinez Express seems to be rolling on here. 5:39 left in the game.
Hoxie in no rush to snap the ball.
Absolutely not. As long as you don't get that delay of game penalty, you can run it all the way down. There's a keeper by Barnhill, and he's just going to get half a yard, maybe a yard. But more importantly, taking time off that clock.
And even if they don't go for another first down here, the job that they are trying to do is already done.
Yeah, I mean you're 40 seconds every play. They're running it down inside of 10 seconds, so every 2 plays takes a minute off the clock.
In the first half, it was a game of offense. In the second, it's really just been a game of timing.
Yeah, it's just, ball control, keeping possession, keeping that other offense off the field. And I guarantee fatigue has become a factor for the Westside defense, even though they seem to be trying to fight through it, but the defense has had a lot of snaps tonight. There's basically a tush-push. Barnhill's going to break through, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone to add one more score for the Hoxie Mustangs. It makes it 20-0. And I think you saw a little bit of fatigue right there because he was able just to kind of slip through a small little hole and take it all the way to the end zone. Dylan Barnhill, about a 30-yard touchdown run on what they were trying to do, basically just sneak it and keep the clock rolling. Hoxie moves up 3 scores now.
And you mentioned the fatigue in the Warrior defense. You can see that. He found an opening. Even through 2 blockers that were coming in on him, he still thought, okay, I have enough in me to get through these guys, get the touchdown.
Extra point attempt is going to be no good. Looks like Westside might have got a piece of it. So 20-0 here, 4.5 left in this one. Hoxie in full control. We'll be back right after this.
Since 1970, Tate General Contractors has been a leader in Arkansas construction. They specialize in general contracting and construction management, delivering top-quality projects for public and private sectors. From site work to steel erection, they have the expertise to handle projects of any scope. With methods like guarantee maximum price, design plus build, and cost plus fee, they ensure efficient delivery with honesty and open communication.
Tate General Contractors, building excellence since 1970.
At Betts Chiropractic, we offer comprehensive chiropractic care for a variety of conditions. There's no need to suffer with back pain, migraines, or headaches, neck pain, sciatica, or nagging injuries. We help improve your whole quality of life with a weight loss program to help you regain vigor and exceed your goals. Why not call for an appointment? New patients receive a complimentary consultation, so don't hesitate.
Hoxie set to kick off here after the score. Makes it 20-0 Mustang lead. Kick is fielded by Westside. Taken up to almost the 40-yard line by Drew Woods. And that's where the offense will take over. At this point, if you're Westside, you still want to string together a good drive here. And so you can take a positive away and build on it here. You don't want to get shut out. You want to put one on the board here. 4.5, you've got plenty of time. You go out, if you're Westside, you go out and you treat this like it's a nothing game, and you just try to go out and execute and build for the next game. You got your home opener next week against Palestine Wheatley. So you try to take some positives from this and build towards that.
Especially being on the road the first game.
Right.
You don't have home field advantage.
Yeah. And this is not an easy place to play, man. These Hoxie fans have been in it all night. There's Turner looking around. Doesn't have a receiver open. Is going to run for it. He's going to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards, maybe 8 yards before he's pushed out of bounds. He's going to get 7 yards there. Ethan, I got to take a second and shout out our great production crew. We had great camera work all night, but I got to give a special shout out to my man Greg Walton. I mentioned earlier I didn't have any binoculars, and I left them sitting at the house. He's immediately in my ear, and he's like, hey, I think I got some in the truck, and he delivered, and I can actually see to the other side of the field now, thanks to Greg. So
big shout out to him.
There you go. Turner steps up under center now. That's the first time he's done that all night. Going to try the tush push. I believe there was a bad exchange on the snap. He's still going to be short of the first down. Be 3rd and about 1 with a running clock now as we approach the 4-minute mark remaining in the game. 3rd and 1 here.
I think you said it best. They're just trying to play it like it's a nothing game. Because even if Hoxie gets the ball back, they're just going to keep running that clock.
They're going to pick up the 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. And, the clock is your enemy now, more so, or as much anyway, as the 20-0 deficit, because now you just want to try to find a positive. Here's a give up the middle. Ooh, I don't know if he got it or not. He's pretty close, but he ran into a green wall of defenders. It all depends on the spot here. Slaughter led the charge there by the Mustang defense. And they're going to give it to him, I believe. Yeah, there you go. There's the indicator from the white hat. First down, Westside. So they keep the ball moving. And that was a hard hit right there. Slaughter lived up to his name on that hit, man. That was a hard one. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Turner takes a snap, looking for a receiver. Now moving out of the pocket a little bit, going to scramble. Fires at the last second. Pass is dropped. I believe that was Jackson Wilson. Tried to go down and scoop it up and just couldn't quite get underneath it. So that'll stop the clock with 2:50 remaining here.
And that's the thing. Westside has had good positioning. They just haven't been able to execute.
It's just you hate to say it's the little things, but, you know, a drop pass here, a drop pass there, those things add up. And it's, you know, it's why we're sitting at a 20-0 instead of maybe a 20-14. Westside comes back to the line. 12 seconds on the play clock. Got plenty of time to get this play off. Turner takes a snap, looking, lofts one down the middle. Oh, almost caught. Let's see who that was. I believe that was Goodwin. Got his hands on it, just couldn't bring it in. Pass was a little high. He got his hands on it.
We talked about it off air, but also the defense of Hoxie. They had not been on the field for quite a long time.
Yeah, they're pretty fresh.
They're refreshed, and you saw it just right there in that play.
Yeah.
They are not tired or slowing down in the slightest.
Yeah, they've been on the sideline for quite a bit of this fourth quarter, and it shows because they definitely have some fresh legs out there. Turner's going to take the snap on third down, immediately pursued and going to be taken down for a sack behind the line. Going to get Dalen Barnhill with the sack. It's going to bring up fourth down. It looked like there might have been a little miscommunication on the offensive line there because he got through there pretty quick. 2:21 here. Fourth and we'll call it 10.
And also, Tom Spears, their head coach, clearly has been studying this Westside team. The coverages have been on point, and they've been able to stop Westside at every single angle.
Coach Sears has been here at Hoxie for north of 20 years. I mean, it feels like forever. You know, he's been here a long time, a lot of success. You can see, you know, we pointed this out earlier. One end zone has all the playoff appearances, the years. The other end has conference championships. And both ends are, you know, a lot of numbers on both ends there. He's had a lot of success over the years. 4th and 10 for Westside at the 49-yard line.
The way that the team's been working, it feels like they've been playing this exact way for years. But many of these players knew to playing at least in this way with each other.
Turner's going to look here. He's being pursued, gets away from the defender. Now takes a shot as he tries to go out of bounds. Looks like he might have been out of bounds because I saw a flag fly. So that, if that's a personal foul there, that'll give Westside a first down. I'm going to use my trusty Greg vision here, thanks to his binoculars, to see what the officials are discussing. Now we're going to get the indication from the lead official. Oh, they're going to call intentional grounding. Okay. And a personal foul. So those penalties will offset. And we'll do it again. So 2 penalties there. I only saw one flag come out, but they were on the far sideline, so I could have easily missed one. So we'll do 4th and 10 one more time. 2:25 remaining here. Turner looking. Now he's going to scramble. He's going to pick up the first down and out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
At least you see Turner has not given up.
Great scramble. I mean, and he wasn't, you know, on that run with the hard hit that he took earlier that took him out of the game for just a play or two, sometimes those quarterbacks can start seeing ghosts and hear footsteps. He didn't show any signs of that at all. Just scrambled like he's been doing most of the night, picked up the first down. So kudos to that young man there.
In early quarters, his timing has been a little bit off. He's been taking 1 or 2 seconds more than he probably should. That time, if he delayed by 1 second, he would have been on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, he made a wise decision there. Here's a bad snap over his head, struggles to control it. And the officials blew it dead. I don't see a flag anywhere, but I'm going to guess false start here. Oh, there's the flag over here on the sideline. Yeah, so it'll back them up 5 yards here. Back to the 39. And there you see Coach Garr on the sideline. Not the ideal debut in his mind, I'm sure. But you have a lot of teaching moments to build on to get ready for your home opener next week. We'll have that on Suncom 2. Snap, here's a give to Goodwin. And he's going to meet that green wall again after no gain.
And even with the way this game has gone, they've still got an opportunity to score. It is not over as far as getting some points on the board, so just try for that.
You want that positive. You want that positive to walk away with something on the board. You know, that's what you're looking for at this point. And you've got to put it in your head, like we talked about on their last drive. You know, you treat this like it's nothing, and you're trying to put points on the board. You know, I will say this. I don't see anybody on Westside hanging their heads and you know, down, even though they're trailing by 20 here. Turner's looking to pass here. He's got to get rid of the ball. Gets rid of it as he's forced out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down. 1:19 left in our Suncom game of the week. Appreciate everyone joining us, watching in, all the viewers. Appreciate our great sponsors that make this possible. So Turner brings the play into the huddle here. Riley Carter in the backfield now with Turner. He's going to get the carry. Minimal gain, 1, maybe 1.5. Bring up 4th down as we approach the 1-minute mark remaining in this game. And it appears that Tom Sears' Hoxie Mustangs are going to even their record at 1-1 after dropping their opener last week against Melbourne. Westside is going to start 0-1 on the year, headed to their home opener next week against Palestine Wheatley.
You're 4th and 10 right now. I think you just throw up a Hail Mary and see if you can get in the end zone. Try to find something.
Go a little backyard football. Just, you know, just bring something crazy out just to see. You see a lot of pressure coming from Hoxie. And it pays off with a quarterback sack. And we're down inside of 22 seconds now. We got a Westside player down. Slow to get up. That's Turner. Gets up under his own power and takes his stroll to the sideline. And Hoxie will come out, take a knee, and we can just about put this one in the books.
Which even then, Aiden Turner, been hit hard several times tonight, still gotten right back up, ready to play again for his Warrior team. I think that's very admirable, especially coming from a young player. It's good to see that hunger on the field.
So our next broadcast for Suncom. Next weekend, Palestine Wheatley at the Westside Warriors for their home opener on Suncom 2. And there you see Barnhill takes a knee, and that will do it for this one. Hoxie's going to pitch the shutout tonight as the Mustangs win 20-0 over Westside. Take the victory in their home opener to even their record at 1-1. Westside's 0-1. that. See the handshakes there. And we've got the Suncom game of the week next week. You've got the Marshall Bobcats at the Rector Cougars. Going to take a trip up to Clay County. Pre-game hits the air at 6:35. Looking forward to that one as well. That'll be a fun game up in Clay County. I know they love their Cougars up at Rector. So that's just about going to wrap things up for us tonight. We've got Steve Clayton on the sideline with our game MVP. Take it away, Steve.
It's hard being famous.
I love it.
I apologize for this. Hold on. Hey, I'm the Suncom MVP, Robert Martinez. Robert, you played a heck of a game defensively. Well over 100 yards, but you got rushing the football. But you got to be proud of your offensive line and your defense pitching a shutout.
Yes, sir. I have respect for every single one of them. We can't do this without being a team, and I love it. I love it out here.
Well, you did a good job. What was the key to you running the football? Typical flex bone offense. You ran the clock out in the second half. What was the biggest key in you getting over 100 yards?
Trusting my teammates, trusting my line. If I trust them, they trust me, and I get it done.
Well, you obviously got it done. 20-0, Hoxie. Great job by the MVP, Robert Martinez. Back to you in the booth, Marcus Ethan.
Thank you, Steve. And there it is, the man of the hour, Robert Martinez. Unofficially have him at about 135 yards on the night. Quite the game for Martinez and the Mustangs as they get the win 20-0. Ethan, any final thoughts?
I think as far as Westside goes, they've got a lot to build off and take from this game. We saw sparks of them and what they could possibly do in the upcoming games, but they're going to have to capitalize on all those little aspects. You mentioned it in terms of, they've been given a little bit away here and there, but also if they can build up a little bit at a time and get the ball rolling, that we could see them as a dominant team later this season. Hoxie, with Martinez, the quickness, the footwork, they're a well-oiled machine, and they've got a great program here.
And just like Martinez said, you have to give some props to that offensive line because they were opening holes most of the night for Martinez and Slaughter, and the quarterback as well, Barnhill. Is just a power running game to set the tone tonight for the Mustangs, and they come out victorious again. So that's going to put a wrap on things here tonight from Hoxie. We appreciate everyone joining us. Appreciate our great crew tonight. Great camera work and production crew as usual is on point. For Steve Clayton and Ethan Murphy, I'm Marcus Carlton. You've been watching the Suncom Media Game of the Week.